Greetings, legendary readers. Welcome to Larry's Legendary Library, where we explore science fiction, fantasy, and the deeper wonder within them. Today for Magazine Monday, I want to start a mini-series taking a look at some classic pulp magazines. Pulp magazines helped shape popular fiction during the first half of the 20th century. But first, what were the pulps? The name pulp comes from the cheap wood pulp paper that they were printed on. And I've got some that I collected. Well, they came with a lot of the science fiction stuff, but this is the Dime Detective magazine, and you can see how fragile the edges are, and the pages are, unless they're trimmed, they're uneven on the edges. Sky Fighters, but they just are, the paper they're made on with is just very fragile. Let's see, Famous Western, and the Weekly Poplar, or the Poplar. This is from January 28th, 1928. That's one of the reasons, because of this, the paper that was used, this pulp, that's the reason that surviving issues have become so collectible today, especially those in good condition. Beginning in the late 1800s and continuing into the 1950s, these magazines were the source of entertainment, the primary source, long before television, even before paperback novels became more common. Readers eagerly waited each week or each month for the newest issue. Pulps covered every genre available: science fiction, fantasy, mystery, westerns, aviation, sports, detective stories, romance, horror, jungle adventures, and sea adventures. Many legendary authors got their start in the pulps and became famous because of them. Without the pulps, fiction today would probably look very different. The first issue that I would like to look at is this Argosy Weekly, volume 298, number 1, dated March 30th, 1940. I'll put a link in the description if you want to read the stories. Argosy has a incredible history. It began in 1882 and is widely considered to be America's first pulp magazine. Over the decades, it kind of evolved from being aimed toward younger readers, and it became one of the premier adventure magazines in the country. Unlike magazines devoted to a single genre, Argosy published a wide variety of stories. One week you might get a western, next a jungle adventure, a sea tale, or even an early science fiction story. And that's part of what makes Argosy so enjoyable, collecting them. You never know quite what kind of stories you're going to get. Our issue today comes from March 30th, 1940, just months before the United States entered World War II. The world was changing rapidly, but readers could still escape into exciting adventures every week through magazines like this one. Our first story is Victory by Robert Arthur. Robert Arthur was the creator of the Three Investigators mystery series for young readers. He also wrote adult mysteries, edited anthologies, and became highly respected for his suspense fiction. And it's fascinating to read one of his early pulp stories. Our protagonist in the story is climbing the highest mountain. He is up where the air is thin. The weather is very inhospitable. His two climbing companions have died in a climbing mishap, and he has decided to go on alone. and try to conquer this mountain that has never before been climbed. And the twist comes related to the title. Victory and how it is defined is an interesting climax to the story. For my taxonomy, the primary is pressure, the physical and mental pressure related to the climb and hazardous conditions and the life-threatening nature of his situation. Our second story is The Sea Ghost by Kenneth Perkins, and that's our cover story of this issue. Cover art by Rudolph Belarski illustrates our story. Kenneth Perkins was a very prolific pulp writer. He has well over 200 short stories published. Our protagonist, Torch Hubbard, nicknamed Torch because of his red hair, is kind of a washed out beach bum on an island in Hawaii. He has to come up with some money to stay, and he also has this girl he likes, and so he is highly motivated to stay. He takes a contract from a slimy, untrustworthy guy to hunt for this giant octopus so that the slimy guy can hire pearl divers. None of the locals will dive there because of the octopus. Torch, desperate for money, agrees to hunt the beast. The battle, illustrated on the cover, commences. My primary category for The Sea Ghost is pressure. The pressure of Torch's money situation, the fear of hunting this fearsome beast, and his relationship pressure. There's also adventure, obviously, from fighting this beast, but there is even some philosophy and some deeper moments throughout the story. Overall, I enjoyed this issue of Argosy Weekly. Not science fiction, not fantasy, but enjoyable nonetheless. Have you read Argosy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I always love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, keep exploring the deeper wonder.